Hello everyone and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. Today we will be making for you one of our Essentials Collection soaps. This is actually the first of the Essentials Collection. It is called RainBro Fresh. It is our first ever custom blended fragrance made only with essential oils. We will start out just like we do every other soap recipe we make, which is blending our plant-based oil blend with some lye water solution. The lye water solution and the oil blend is at about 120 degrees. You want to make sure that they are very close in terms of temperature to each other to help everything behave well. We will then add in our colloidal oatmeal and water mixture. This also has some kaolin clay. Now, all of our soap has kaolin clay added. It's a really nice silky additive to soap. We either mix it in with the colloidal oatmeal slurry or the fragrance oil. Kind of just depends on how we're feeling. And then you add in some extra water on top of your normal soap recipe, and that helps offset what the clay actually takes out of the soap bar. So if you don't offset that, your soap may crack on the top a little bit. It doesn't affect the use, it's just not as nice looking. We will blend up that soap base, and then we will add in our signature blend of peppermint, eucalyptus, and lavender essential oil. This soap we make basically every single month. It behaves really well. So I'm using the stick blender here to incorporate that fragrance blend. We just want to make sure that that fragrance is in all of that soap batter. Also, our soap batter here is a little loose, so we do want to make that come to a slightly thicker consistency. It is then time to pour out 2/3 of that soap batter, give or take 2/3, into our soap slab. We will be coloring the remainder of the soap batter with activated charcoal suspended in a little bit of the oil from our soap recipe. This soap bar actually started out as a face soap with tea tree oil, kind of like an acne bar, and then we adjusted the fragrances a little bit and decided this is a great all-around soap bar, but that's where this activated charcoal came into play. We will just blend that up, get all of that activated charcoal mixed in. This is the only colorant that we will be utilizing. We will, once it's all blended, scrape off the stick blender stick, and then scrape down our pour container here, our Cambro. We don't need to really make sure that the uncolored soap base is blended in with the black just because of our design here. We're going to do a drop swirl, but we just want to make sure that the sides are all clean just so we can get as much of that soap base out as possible. And now comes the fun part. We're going to do a drop swirl, so we'll be up about 6 inches to a foot, and we'll do 3 large passes with our soap, and then I will just come back through and drizzle on the rest where our center of each loaf is going to be, just to make sure that there is a little black colorant on the top of each bar. We then will let it sit for a minute probably, just to thicken up a little bit more. You kind of want it to be pudding consistency. I'm then going to use our trusty chopstick to swirl that activated charcoal colored base and swipe down the sides with the chopstick as well, just to clean everything up, make sure it releases nice and neatly from the mold. And then we are going to take our spoon and we will be doing some swoops. So I will start at the edge of where I know the loaf is going to be and pull towards the center of that bar or that loaf. I'll repeat this for every single loaf. So in this case, there is 3 loaves in this slab. So I'll just repeat that for each of the 3. Then we will flip it around and go back down the other side, kind of making a ridge, almost like a dragon back or a dinosaur back where the scales meet. And we'll do that again for each of the 3 bars. And then we'll just kind of squish it down a little with our spoon tip. And this is just to make it really was just to make them fit in our shipping containers easier, and then it just stuck. And that is it. So we will, I guess I wasn't done. I'm gonna finesse a little bit more here, but that is the general idea. We just wanna have some nice swoops, some nice definition between each bar. And that's the beauty of handmade soap. Every bar is different. You can do whatever you really want in terms of design. And this batch is not going to look like the next batch, even though the recipes remain exactly the same. And once I am done finessing this, we will spritz it with some rubbing alcohol. And then 24 hours later, it is ready to slice. You can see that nice height that I was able to get with that spoon pull. And we'll just slice those into 3 evenly sized loaves, just like we always do. We did used to make this soap in single loaf molds, which was fine, but once we expanded a little bit, making 9 bars at a time was not as efficient as 27 bars. We will then get out our trusty soap bar slicer here from Workshop Heritage Supply, and I have this preset to our 4.5 ounce size slice, and you can see those fun swirls. Each one looks a little bit different. It's kind of like looking at the clouds. You see different shapes every single time. Some look like little cactus, some look like ghosts. But that is really it. That is as simple as it gets. This is our signature soap, our RainBro Fresh bar. It is really one of our fan favorites. It's one of our favorites as well. And that's it. This is the finished product. Don't forget to check out our website. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see what RainBro Crafts comes up with next.